On the outskirts of a forgotten town, Hollow Manor loomed ominously over the landscape. Legend spoke of vengeful spirits and creatures of the night that dwelled within its decrepit walls, but it had been years since anyone dared to approach it. Until tonight, Sarah, a writer with a penchant for the macabre, had taken it upon herself to uncover the truth behind the manor's dark reputation. Equipped with nothing but a flashlight, a notebook, and her unwavering curiosity, she ventured inside. The air within was thick with decay, and every step seemed to echo with the whispers of the past. As Sarah explored the manor, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows danced on the walls, and occasionally, out of the corner of her eye, she glimpsed fleeting figures. Her flashlight flickered, casting eerie patterns that seemed almost purposeful. In the grand hall, Sarah found an old portrait of a stern-looking woman, her eyes appearing to follow her every move. Beneath the portrait was a dusty plaque that read, Countess Alara von Roth, 1826 to 1886. Disturbed by the intensity of the Countess's gaze, Sarah turned away, only to hear a hauntingly melodic lullaby echo through the halls. She followed the sound, her heart pounding in her chest. The lullaby led her to a child's bedroom, untouched by time. A small bed stood against the wall, with a ragged doll lying atop it. The melody stopped abruptly as she entered. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and Sarah's breath became visible in the cold air. The door slammed shut behind her, and the room plunged into darkness. Her flashlight sputtered before going out completely. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling. A soft, childlike giggle responded, sending shivers down her spine. The giggle grew louder, morphing into a sinister cackle. Out of the darkness, a spectral figure of a young girl appeared, her eyes hollow and lifeless. "Leave my home," the ghostly girl whispered, her voice echoing unnaturally. Sarah backed away, tripping over the doll, only to feel a cold hand grasp her ankle. She screamed, kicking frantically. The ghost vanished, and the room fell silent once more. Heart racing, Sarah scrambled to her feet and fled the room. She stumbled through the dark corridors, desperate to find an exit, but the manor seemed to shift and change around her, disorienting her further. In her panic, she burst into what appeared to be an underground crypt. The stench of death filled her nostrils as she scanned the room, her eyes adjusting to the dim light. Stone coffins lined the walls, but one in particular stood out. It was intricately carved and bore the name Alara von Roth. The coffin creaked open, and from within emerged a figure draped in a tattered cloak. The Countess, now a vampire, fixed her blood-red eyes on Sarah, a predatory smile curling her lips. "You should have heeded the warnings," Alara hissed, baring her fangs. With no choice but to confront the terror before her, Sarah grabbed a broken piece of wood from the ground, brandishing it as a makeshift stake. The vampire lunged, and Sarah thrust the stake forward with all her might. The Countess let out a blood-curdling scream as she crumbled to dust. Alone and shaken, Sarah finally found her way out of Hollow Manor. She vowed never to return, but the eyes of the portrait haunted her dreams for years to come. A chilling reminder of the night she dared to confront the darkness.